Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video and want to take you guys through some historic low Steam game deals. These games are at their lowest prices ever. We're gonna go over these and also we'll highlight a couple of other deals. A brand new franchise sale is live right now, which honestly, this franchise sale, it's a little bit comical how expensive these games still are. They're some of the most beloved games in all of gaming, but, you know, I call it like I see it. The price points are a little bit ridiculous, but what can you do? You can't really get these games much cheaper. So we'll talk that at the end of this video, but right off the bat, historic low prices. One game that really stood out to me right away was DAEMON X Machina, 80% off for $9.99. Now, why I would say it might be a good idea to check this out is this game actually has, I don't want to say like a sequel, because I want to say with the follow-up title, DAEMON X Machina Titanic Scion, you'll be able to play that game no problem. It seems like it does have a lot of different elements and whatnot, but, you know, that game is coming out in September, and I think that game looks really, really good. That was revealed at the, I want to say it was the Nintendo Switch 2 event recently, but it'll be out on all platforms. And if you know me, you know I love me my robo action. Like, this is one of those genres that I just don't think sees a lot of love. And I don't really understand why gigantic mechanized beings fighting against each other just seems like a license to print money. And thankfully, you know, From Software dropped Armored Core 6 almost 2 years ago now. Can you believe that? It's almost been 2 years since Armored Core 6 dropped, but DAEMON X Machina came out on Nintendo Switch initially exclusively, and then it got ported to PC as well, and it's available for $9.99. The initial $49.99 price tag, alright brother, that's a little bit too much, but at $9.99, like if you're into that robo action like I am, I think this is a worthwhile pickup as well. Pilot your fully customizable arsenal mech and join your fellow mercenaries in defending humanity from the corrupted machines and gigantic robots in this post-apocalyptic action game. You are an outer, a new breed of human being that appeared in the aftermath of the Moonfall calamity. As a mercenary for the orbital organization, you are on the front line of a desperate war for humanity's survival against the immortals, corrupted AIs that have rebelled against their human creators, piloting a fully customizable mech known as the Arsenal. You must team up with mercenaries like yourself and complete missions to defeat the immortals once and for all. But be careful, in a war fought by mercenaries, today's allies can become tomorrow's enemies. From the visionary minds of Kenichiro Sakuda and trailblazing mech designer Shoji Kawamori comes a new generation of high-speed mech action combat. Soar across battlefields and engage in friendly high-stakes mech combat. Fully customize your arsenal mech with a variety of weapons and parts to your exact specifications. Salvage defeated enemies for parts and weapons which you can use on the fly and on the battlefield. Customize your player avatar with a variety of cosmetic options. Go under the knife and receive extensive body modifications to learn new skills at the cost of your human appearance. Team up with players in online co-op mode to destroy bosses or take on expedition missions together to map immortal bases and unlock powerful gear, and battle other players in 1v1, 2v2 versus mode and climb the leaderboard rankings to become the top mercenary. That is available 80% off for $9.99. It is Steam Deck playable as well, so check that out. And again, that's available right now at a historic low price. Alright, a couple of other historic low discounts. You've got Thief Simulator 2, 50% off for $9.99. The door to your robber's career is waiting. Just crowbar the lock off and force your way through the threshold. Learn skills, collect tools, and become a master of the thieving trade. Very positive reception on this one. 4,766 reviews. 90% positive, so really well received, all things considered. And again, 50% off for $9.99. For Thief Simulator 2, have a gander at that as well. Contraband Police take over the duties of a border guard inspector in a communist country of the 80s. Smuggling, corruption, and forgery are the order of the day here. Be vigilant and earn the respect of your superiors along the way. 19,000 reviews, 94% positive, so just shy of that, you know, overwhelmingly positive reception that so many games do go for, but that is available at a new low price of $14.39. Into the Flames, 78% off for $4.39. Into the Flames is a solo co-op firefighting game that focuses on the intensity of being a real-life firefighter. Drive emergency vehicles, bust down doors, fight raging fires, and do whatever it takes to bring the chaotic scene under control. 1,305 Steam user reviews on this one, 84% positive. You can check that out as well for $4.39. Mentioned this in an earlier video, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor is at a new low price, $13.99 on this one. Obviously, this game is notorious for being one of the worst PC ports of all time, and that is not hyperbole. And if you want to make an argument that this is, in fact, the worst PC port of all time, that's not a crazy take either, because this game was an absolute atrocity when it came out. I remember playing this game back when it dropped, and I am not kidding you guys, I literally had times where I was dipping into like the sub 20 frames per second, and I was playing this game on an RTX 3080 at the time, and yeah, dipping to sub 20 frames per second was wild. And it would be in the wildest sections as well, just like sections where you were climbing up in the introductory portions of the game. It was insanity, unacceptable, but you know, it is what it is. $13.99 though, it's a much better port than what it initially was, and even recent reviews, you know, at least it's at the mostly positive threshold. It's just wild that a game this bad, as far as its PC version is concerned, was even allowed to come out, because this was a legitimate atrocity. It was this and Last of Us Part 1 that came out back to back, and that was just dire times, dire times. Like, we see some bad PC ports recently, don't get me wrong, but Jedi Survivor and Last of Us Part 1 were a different breed of an atrocity, in my opinion. So, yeah, that was a wild time indeed. $13.99 though for Jedi Survivor. I think that's a fairly good deal. Do play Jedi Fallen Order first and get that game on the cheap as well. Lastly, I do want to highlight a brand new franchise sale. We have the Dark Souls franchise sale, and if you're familiar with the From Software games, you know that these games hold up in price. And it's interesting because it's not like Bandai Namco has these games holding up in price, because Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is going through the same thing, where Sekiro was published by Activision and that game holds up in price as well. So it's really just the From Software Souls-like action games, because Armored Core 6 has gone on sale fairly quickly. You can get that on sale for like, you know, $24, $30, and that came out back in 2023. Dark Souls 3, on the other hand, came out back in 2016. 50% off for $29.99. You're still paying $30. Oh, and by the way, you want all the content for Dark Souls 3? You want to get that season pass? You better pick up the deluxe edition. And how much is that? $42.50. Paying $42 for a game that came out in 2016 is like Nintendo levels of having a game hold up in price. And that's the only publisher these days that I can think of that holds up their prices to that extent. It used to be like COD would hold up in price a lot. That's not even the case anymore. Most publishers have gone back on vehemently, you know, holding up their price point in games that formerly did. Sony games will hold up in price for a while, but even those will go on sale deeper than this. And, you know, Sony games from 2016, yeah, you can find them in the bargain bin these days. But in the case of, what's it called, From Soft titles, Dark Souls 3, $29.99 and $42 and change for the deluxe edition. And then Dark Souls Remastered and Dark Souls 2, those are 50% off a pop, $19.99 for each of those. So, you know, at least a little bit more palatable on that end. But, yeah, those games are super expensive, almost disgustingly so, but, you know what? From Software releases games at an incredibly high level that are beloved. I guess they've earned the goodwill to price their games at that level, and people will still buy them. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. That DAEMON X MACHINA deal is great. You've got a couple of other historic lows, Jedi Survivor, Dark Souls franchise sale. You know, those deals are kind of disgusting, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.